Hello students, I am Dr. Garima Srivastava from Lal Bahadur Shastri College, Lucknow. I am going to take up the topic communication in crisis. Now what is crisis? Crisis is an important situation to understand in the organization. As the name suggests, it refers to some kind of unwanted event at the workplace. Now, it sometimes becomes very serious situation in the organization where the workplace or where the organization comes into a position that it is not able to handle its stakeholders. So, whenever the crisis happens, whenever this unwanted event happens in the organization, it is important that the organization takes proper measures, proper care that this crisis is being handled in a very efficient manner, because it may tarnish its own image in the eyes of its stakeholders. Now, stakeholders can be its customers, it can be its prospective customers, government, it can be its shareholders, all those people. Now, if a negative image goes in the eyes of these stakeholders, this crisis situation may lead to downfall of such kind of organization. So, for that purpose we need to see that how communication will manage a crisis in the organization. Crisis refers to a sequence of unwanted events at the workplace which leads to disturbances and major unrest among the people. That means, it will lead to certain kind of disturbances amongst the people. People will not be able to understand what is going on in the organization. They will not be able to understand the actual situation, or is there any kind of downfall of the organization. Then of course, there will be a situation of panic amongst the employees. To prevent this situation of panic amongst the employees, it is necessary again to bring in effective communication by the management. Crisis generally refers on a short notice and triggers a feeling of threat and fear in the employees. So, if we talk about crisis, it is always it always comes at a very short notice, for which often the organization is not prepared. In simpler words, if we see, crisis leads to uncertainty and causes major harm to the organization. It is essential for the employees to sense the early signs of crisis, though we see that it always comes at a very short notice. But when we keep on studying the market position, when we keep on studying the external factors of the organization that influence the business, then in that case the organization has a point that it can keep itself preparing for the situation of crisis in near future. It is essential for the employees to sense the early signs of crisis and warn the employees against the negative consequences of the same. So, if we talk about crisis, it not only affects the smooth functioning of the organization, it also poses a threat to its brand name. Now, what is crisis communication? Crisis communication refers to a special wing which deals with the reputation of the individuals as well as the organization. Crisis communication is an initiative which aims at protecting the reputation of the organization and maintaining its public image. That means, whenever we talk about crisis, it should always be related with effective communication. This effective communication about the crisis should come from the management itself, not the employees. Why? Because management is then responsible to tell the actual situation, to deliver the actual situation to its stakeholders, and by doing so it will try to maintain its public image, good brand image in the eyes of its stakeholders. Various factors such as criminal attacks, government investigations, media inquiry can tarnish the image of the organization. So, any of such kind of acts, any kind of criminal attacks or any kind of negative issues, situations in the organization, all this may lead to crisis in the organization. Crisis communication specialists fight against several challenges which tend to harm the reputation and image of the organization. Now, why is there a need to communicate when crisis happens? Of course, crisis is a situation which is very much unwanted in the organization. So, if this unwanted situation comes, how will organization handle this crisis? you need to tell what are the negative points of this crisis. You need to tell the different information that is related to this crisis to all the stakeholders of your organization, and first of all to your employees, because once employees become threatened, once they become panic about any kind of situation of the organization, there will always be a tendency to move to the other organization. Now, people will start leaving your organization, that will also cause a negative effect to the organization. So, crisis can have a negative effect on the brand image. Crisis communication experts are employed to save an organization's reputation against various threats and unwanted challenges. The main purpose of crisis communication team is to protect the brand identity and maintain the organization's firm standing within the industry. Crisis communication specialists strive hard to overcome tough situations and help the organization come out of difficult situations in the best possible and quickest way. So, this management team, crisis communication management team, what does it do? It collects all the information about the crisis and they come up with various suggestions that can be put up through communication network, so as to deal with this kind of difficult situation of the organization. So, there is a process of crisis communication in an organization. First of all, employees should not ignore any of the external parties or important clients. Come out and meet them and discuss the problem with them. If needed, seek their help. Media must not be ignored. Answer their questions. Avoiding media makes situation all the more worse. That means you cannot ignore any of the external parties, you cannot ignore any of the stakeholders. Running away from these stakeholders may bring in a negative image in the eyes of these stakeholders. That means you need to answer all the queries that are being arising due to this crisis situation. Do not criticize the individuals, show a feeling of care and concern for them. In the situation of crisis also, you should be caring, you should be concerned for the feeling of the people who are related with you, who are your stakeholders. Share their feelings and encourage them not to lose hope. You need to tell them, you need to make them understand that they have to, they should cope up with this particular situation and they should not lose hope with the organization. Organization has to do all the more efforts to maintain this brand image in the eyes of the people. So, encourage them to deliver their level best. Put yourself in their place, respect them and avoid playing blame game. That means you cannot play blame game in this particular situation, you cannot run away from this situation. Now, what you can do, you can fight this situation, you can collect the data, encourage the people to find out various measures, various suggestions can be taken up, so that we can fight out this particular difficult situation in the organization. Then effective communication must be encouraged at the workplace during emergency situation. Employees should have an easy access to superiors cabin to discuss critical situation with them and reach to a mutually acceptable situation. Now, when we talk about this particular effective communication, it should be that whatever you are communicating to your employees or your stakeholders, it should be an effective manner. That means what information you are telling, it should be clear, it should be concise, coherent. That means all the kind of C's should be there in your communication, and you should prepare your data, you should prepare your information in the same manner as you want them to perceive it. Employees should have an easy access to superiors cabin to discuss critical issues with them and reach to a mutually acceptable solutions. Then fourthly, information must flow across the departments in its desired form. One should not rely on mere guesswork or assumptions during crisis. If you follow different assumptions during crisis, of course, we follow certain kind of assumptions when the crisis situation are there, but haphazard assumptions, vague assumptions are not allowed. If these assumptions do not have any particular proof or they do not have any database to prove it, you cannot take those as an assumption to solve this crisis situation. Make sure the information you have is almost accurate or at least accurate in that position. Now, crisis communication specialists must learn to take quick decisions. at the time of crisis, it is necessary to save time of the organization. That means you cannot delay this crisis situation, you cannot wait for certain time to solve out this particular crisis situation. For that purpose, the crisis situation has to be handled within time. Remember, one needs to respond quickly and effectively during unstable situation. Think out of the box and devise alternative plans for the smooth functioning of the organization. Now, you need to think something else, something out of the box, means whatever you have not learned, whatever you have not experienced till now, you can almost try all the things at the time of crisis, because you have less time to act and you have lesser time to lose hope of the people who are interested or invested in your organization. Then make sure information is kept confidential. Serious action must be taken against people sharing information and data with external parties. Now, at the time of crisis, it becomes very important that we do not share our data, share the organization's data with the people outside the organization. Why? Because this information can be crucial for the organization. So, if the people are sharing this crucial information with the parties which are outside the organization, it becomes dangerous for the organization to survive. So, you need to continuously check on those people who are sharing their data with the people outside the organization. Such things are considered highly professional and unethical, highly unprofessional and unethical, and spoil the reputation of the organization. Now, seventh one, superiors must evaluate performance of the employees on the regular basis. Now, for this purpose, once we go through crisis, this crisis situation, the different processes or different functions of the organization should be evaluated at a very regular basis. Why so? Because we are dealing a very difficult time at this particular moment. That means the organization is going through crisis. Now, whatever processes are being done, they are done to somehow deal with this difficult situation. Now, of course, when these processes are done, it needs to be checked whether they affect this difficult situation of the organization, whether it is affecting crisis situation, it is lowering the crisis situation or not. So, ask for feedbacks and reports to know what they are up to, conduct surprise audits and to track performance of the employees. Now, organizations hire crisis communication specialists to overcome tough times as well as maintain their reputation in the and position in the market. So, of course, this crisis time has to be checked, has to be taken up with all the stakeholders, so as to make up the reputation of the organization. Now, when we look into the whole process of crisis management, this process needs to be checked at a regular interval of time. Whenever there is a superior, whenever there is a management involved in different crisis situation, the basic responsibility of management becomes that it implements proper policies, proper rules and regulations in the organization, so that at this time of crisis, the organization is able to sail through it very properly. And of course, this particular process of crisis will also lead to effective managerial decision making process of the organization. Why so? Because when we are doing it in a very step by step manner, when we are dealing with crisis in a step by step manner in the organization, it will lead to proper identification of data, proper interpretation of data, and through this interpretation of data, we will be able to solve this crisis situation in a very efficient manner. Now, when we talk about crisis, we have certain kind of case studies to look into. Now, if we see the very first one case study, the Target data breach. The Target is a company where the data was breached. Now, in late 2013, an IT security blogger broke a huge story. Target's IT systems has been hacked, exposing the personal data of up to 110 million customers. Target issued a statement following day and posted a video with more details on its website. Now, what happened is that the Target's IT systems was being hacked, and the data of almost 110 million customers was being exposed. It was being theft from the Target company. Now what happened? Target issued the statement on the next day that this kind of exposure to the data of 110 million customers have been there. Now what happened? The company apologized, explained how the hack has happened and offered free credit monitoring for affected customers. Now it also, to deal with this certain crisis situation, now it is almost a crisis situation, because this 110 million customers data was being exposed. Now this 110 million customers data, they were in a situation of fear or in a situation of panic whether their data will be used in a negative manner or not. Now for that purpose, what Target did, Target apologized for the hacking of their data. They also explained how this hacking took place, and then they offered free credit monitoring. That means whatever monitoring was being done by the customer themselves, they offered this monitoring to be done by the company itself, and that too free of cost for all those customers whose data was being exposed. Now this was the initiative taken up by the management of Target data breach. Unfortunately, there were a few key problems with Target's response. Target responded very well, Target started off with very well, but there were certain problems. First, it responded before its management was fully aware of the scope and cause of the problem. Now Target responded, they gave the message to the customers, they also assured them that their monitoring will be done free of cost by the company itself, but all this was not being communicated to the management. Now what happened? When the management is not informed for this particular situation of crisis, the things can go wrong. This forced Target to later walk back some of its statements, including number of customers whose information was hacked. Of course, some people who did this on behalf of the organization, the management forced them to walk back, to pull back their commitment. They pull back their statement of telling people that okay, their credit monitoring will be done by the organization itself. Now this forced, then in the eyes of consumer, it made the Target seem unprepared, unprofessional and being a bit suspicious. That means now once you made a commitment in the consumers or customers and then you are pulling back your commitment, this made a negative image in the eyes of the consumer. They thought that they are very much unprepared for the situation, they are very much unprofessional, and they it raised a question of suspicion, they raised a question on the brand loyalty of Target. Secondly, what Target did? Target posted the message from its CEO to its website and then later realized it was not garnering many views. That because most of the consumers were talking to the social media, not to the website. Now why did this happen? Target, now what Target did? Target walked back with some of its statement, and it did not did what was being committed by the people of the Target before only. Now secondly, that to fight back this situation, what Target did, they posted a message from the top management on the website. Now only by posting a message from the top management onto the website, it will not help you in the situation of crisis. There is a need to tell them, there is a need to make them understand that this crisis can be solved out easily and it will take time. So later what happened, many of the customers viewed this statement because they were already in a suspicion, they were already in a question that whether this company will survive or not. That was because most of consumers were talking to social media. They did not watch, they do not looked into the message of CEO. Why? Because these consumers walked into the social media, they kept on giving negative messages on air complaints and interacted with the company. So they started giving negative messages on other social media rather than giving answers to the CEO or rather than viewing what CEO was telling. This offered a valuable lesson to the Target and others. In response to a crisis identity, the appropriate channel to reach the affected affected stakeholders. Now, this case served a very valuable lesson to the company itself and the others who were also looking at the decisions of the company in that particular situation. What was it? It said that communication should be done through a very appropriate channel whenever crisis arises. First of all, the people who did not discuss with the management, they gave a commitment to the consumers that they will handle their accounts free of cost. This was the first mistake done by the people. So, of course, when you see a target situation, when you see a crisis situation, you should always reach the management at the earliest, because ultimately all the decision making, all the long term decision or short term decision making needs to go under the eyes of management. This is why? Because this is an appropriate channel in the organization. Why was this organization hierarchy made if you are not following any kind of channel? So, this hierarchy is there so that this communication network channel is prepared, this communication network channel is more formalized in that particular organization. So, this crisis situation must have been told to the management beforehand. Secondly, if management sees that already a commitment was made and that commitment does not harm the organization much, it may go hand in hand with the commitment of the people who did this commitment, that their accounts will be handled by them. Now, if we see into the second case, that is Volkswagen emission scandal. In September 2015, the Environmental Protection Agency accused Volkswagen of manipulating its engine controls to be able to pass laboratory emission tests. Not only was the company violating the Clean Air Act by selling vehicles that did not meet environmental requirements, but it was also violating its customers' trust by making its cars seem more environmental friendly. Now, we all know about Volkswagen, we all know it is a very it is a manufacturing company which manufactures four-wheelers in different countries. So, in 2015, it came out, it was revealed by an Environmental Protection Agency that this company is preparing its engine which is not too much environmental friendly. Though Volkswagen is claiming that it is preparing the engines which are environmental friendly. Now, both the things are contradictory. Once you are doing something, once you are ensuring something, now your acts as an ethical act should not go against your verbal commitment. So, it was also affecting the air of the country, it was also affecting the customers who are running this car. Now, it became a very big scandal in 2015. Unfortunately, the way company handled the scandal made things even worse. As the story evolved, the company's response was seen as inconsistent and at times contradictory with previous statements. Now, once this scandal happened, the company's response was not very positive. Company did not responded at all in the beginning, and if it responded, then it was contradicting with its previous statements. That means, earlier it was not responding at all, and if at all it was responding, it was giving wrong statements about the manufacturing that it was doing. So, executives claimed that they did not know about the cheating, only to reveal that they just a few days later. Meanwhile, the company's PR and social media team struggled to keep up. Now, what happened? Executives in the company who were working in the organization, who were working for the organization, they earlier they were telling that they are not cheating at all, because maybe the employees are not aware of this particular act of the company. But after a few days, they also came to know that all the things are being done contradictory, and the car is having an engine which is not so much environmental friendly. Now, what company did? It started its work from its PR and social media teams. Now, this PR and social media teams, what do? In this crisis situation, the PR and social media teams, they work for the brand loyalty of the organization. they look into the matter that whether this brand loyalty will be held up for a long time, and how will this do, what all measures can be taken up to set up this brand loyalty for a longer period of time. As the company set out to recall million of vehicles, officials promised to reimburse some, but not all customers for their trouble. Now, what happened? As the problem grew more and more, the company what it started recalling its vehicles from the consumer. Now, it started recalling the vehicles from the consumers, but not all the consumers. It does not solve the troubles of other people, other customers. So, a very negative feedback came for Volkswagen. All the while, consumers reported that the company seemed to be handling the crisis in the dishonest way by not fully owning its role in the scandal. That means people were not satisfied, people were not convinced that how the company is dealing with the crisis. The brand likely would have fared better through this crisis if it had taken following few steps. Being an upfront and honest as soon as the story broke. It should be upfront, it should be convincing, it should come forward, it should be confronting, so that it tells the actual situation to its stakeholders, and wherever possible it is necessary that the company sees that the people are more convinced in the organization. Kept its response consistent with the empathetic and apologetic tone. Their tone should also be very much harmonious, it should be soft, it should not be rude at all. Reimbursed all affected customers at the same amount. Now, it should have reimbursed all the customers, not the few selected ones. So, the unreimbursed people, they were still dissatisfied and they will still give a negative feedback of the company in future. Now, they demonstrated a commitment to change in some way by setting up new emission goals and partnering with an environmental organization to help combat the air pollution. Now, the third case that I take up is Southwest Airlines social media response to an IT failure. In the middle of the busy 2016 summer travel season, Southwest Airlines was suddenly struck by a wide-reaching technology failure. Its website and other key systems were down for more than 12 hours, prompting the airlines to cancel thousands of flights. Over the course of 4 days, the company worked to respond to customers' complaints quickly and effectively, in a large part by leveraging social media. Its approach offers some key lessons. As Southwest did several things right in the social media response. It apologized profusely for the inconvenience. That means because due to the delay, due to the fault in the IT systems, more of the people were facing the trouble of the flights that were not being taken up. Now, for this kind of situation, what comes first is that organization needs to apologize its stakeholders, its customers, and admit the fault. Secondly, it admitted the fault and it also told that why this IT failure took place. Continually posted updates as the crisis unfolded. Then it kept on reaching the customers, it did not break the network of communication with the customers and continuously kept on answering their queries till the crisis was unfolded. Made use of photos, videos on Facebook and Twitter to personalize the response. It also focused on each and every customers in their own special way. Unfortunately, this also did not work. Why? Because on the onslaught of customer service requests and complaints seemed to overwhelm the company's social media team. Now, because of more and more of complaints on the social media teams, the company was not able to handle this large amount of data. Not long after the IT outrage began, complaints on Twitter went unanswered. So, now of course, if too much of data, too much of complaints will be there, the people will not be able to handle the data very easily. Now, ideally, the company would have answered each customer in a more timely manner. Finally, what we can say, Southwest seemed to forget that such a crisis is bound to impact all of its social media channels, even Instagram. The company failed to post an apology or acknowledge for the situation on the Instagram account, instead choosing to feature its typical content. As a result, the account received hundreds of angry comments and all of them went unanswered, surely leaving a bad taste in the mouths of many followers. Thank you.